And I hope all of you are having a wonderful day today. Today we are going to be still working on our Vtuber model. I hoped we would be more farther along, but I needed to take a break yesterday because the hay fever is really kicking my butt here. But yeah, so as regarding the eyes from last time, I kind of put it up in Discord, and everyone gave their impressions of it. And it seems, hold on, where's my? Why do I never have this pen? I swear. All right, we're good. We're back. I'm a professional. Not really. I think I have to be paid in order to be a professional. So, pretty much the consensus was 4, but they loved the dodo in 2. Let's see here. So they wanted 4 and the dodo of 2. So the different kind of like pupils and kind of having fun with that, and I like that idea. And there are little bits here and there that I really do enjoy. Like I want to get a little bit better with the reflections there. I like the streaks on the inner here. I like the pupil and like the highlights that kind of go around the pupil, you know, that kind of like makes it pop. And then the eye shape of this one is probably the most accurate. As far as number 3 and number 6, I wasn't a huge fan of the little inner circles, but maybe we can play with it a bit. The first version, complete version, doesn't necessarily have to be perfect, you know? Let's see. Okay, got this up. Let's go ahead and pull up what I had in Discord, so that way. There we go. So that way I have a reference, make sure I'm on the right things. Why was I doing it in that way? I was trying to like predict it and stuff. But hopefully y'all are excited for this weekend. For the first time in a while, I don't have any plans, and that's great. That was my usual for a while, but it just so happens that this time of year is really busy for many of my friend group. I wanted to like socialize. Okay. How are we gonna do this? How thick is this? Too thick. But to be honest, we'll want to do kind of like, we want to draw with the sclera, and then just highlight with black where the lashes are. It looks off, but we're just gonna have to play with it for now. Okay. Then is this the same situation where the eyes are going to be way too big? Let's look at our references real quick. Anime eyes. Let's see. Specifically the one of 4 that... actually it's about... Let's kind of turn this down a little bit. It's kind of the same. If anything, they might be too close to the middle. I might need to... Can I just do this? I cannot. If I do the select tool, we'll do both sides. It will not. Good to know. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Because the eyes... Maybe they do feel a little too close together. So what we're gonna do... There we go. Gotta smooth it out a little bit. Maybe make it a little bit wider. Maybe it just looks weird because it's just the sclera right now, right? So now we do the lashes. We'll take this color. And then we just see, that looks very big. But it's anime eyes, so it's really hard to tell. Reference. Reference. Where are you? My savior. Alright. I just need to trust. I just need to trust. Unfortunately, it means... I mean, what I could do... You know what? You know what? This is what we're going to do. We're going to do a little bit of a rough draft. We're going to see if the size and everything looks good. It's not going to be super detailed. It's not going to be anything. And then we'll just make a layer on top that... And then we can adjust to make sure that the size is good. And then we make the layers that are like the final product. Because before, if you make it so that you do all your different layers and then you need to reshape them, because I don't have like a keyboard, I don't have like the iPad keyboard thing. I can't shift click all the all the different layers to move it at the same time. So we'll do that. We'll just see how it looks. So it's not going to be crazy good, but that's okay. We're not aiming for crazy good. We're just looking for acceptable. Something that would look good for people to look at for long periods of time before they're just like, ugh. This is gross. Speaking of which, I did the lashes. Oh, gosh. Lashes don't come first. What comes first is the iris. And then we just... I forgot to take off the mirror. Okay, we got the eye shape the same. That's fine. Let's take off the mirror. So that's what happens when you have the mirror with the eye thing. Because it causes just to go whack. Oh gosh. It looks so dumb when that happens. So we'll take the mirror off. If it wasn't for this pollen, this weather would be amazing. We need a little more kind of curvature to it. Kind of like... kind of like... Okay, it's not terrible. I see into your soul. I mean, yeah. And then... let's see, how am I going to combine 2 and 3? I definitely like the... eye shape of this. Let's do highlights. Then remember, the secret is intent. We don't want to put highlights willy-nilly. There needs to be a reason for it. So if he's going to be looking at a screen, the highlight should represent that accordingly. Maybe something like... like that, and then maybe like a... that. Oh, I probably should also do lashes now. I doubt the highlights will go anywhere near the upper lid here. Then we just do like a too thick. No. We're gonna do... Oh, how did I even do that? I wish I kind of knew how I did that. See, it's coming together. We just have to make it a little, we just have to kind of go with it for a little bit, get a better feel of it. And then we're just gonna do a little bit. Oh, whoops. Take this back up, and then we're just gonna yoink. Honestly, it could be a little thicker, but that's okay. And then we are going to go ahead and do the pupil. The question is, do we want to do the light pupil of 4 or the dark pupil of 2? I like... Let's see what the dark pupil of 2 looks like. Yeah. Try a normal, I wouldn't say normal, I'll put normal in quotations, of circular pupil for now. And then, should we go straight to the dodo pupil for now? No, let's go to the second highlights. Then, do like this. And I liked the... kind of like that extra oomph around it. And then we have the... Maybe it would be a good idea to like mix in some darks with it. So what if we, similar to like shading, too dark. That looks too realistic, don't it? That doesn't look... That looks... We're getting into Uncanny Valley. Unfortunate. So we're gonna kind of undo our work here a bit. But that's okay. It's just the rough draft version. And sometimes... Well, actually, at least from what people say, most of the time, what you want are multiple versions. So we're just gonna kind of like weird Rasengan feels to it. Maybe I'm overthinking this, as I tend to do. I tend to overthink things a lot. So we'll just do... Alright, let's do the pupil thing just to see how it looks with the dark background with this. Oh, what? Why? Why'd you do that? I need to remember not to hit erase. Because it's all one layer at the moment. Oop. Come on, I want you to zoom out. I don't want you to draw. I don't know. Let's see what happens if we just... And then all we do is draw this for the people. I don't like that either. The other one looked odd. This one also looked odd. What if we... What if we did this? We're gonna go ahead and fix this. All right. Then we're gonna do pupil, but the pupil is dark instead of light this time. Let's see how this looks. No, I feel like there does need to be something there. It's not about the color. It's about contrasts. So this is what else I was thinking. I was thinking normal pupil, but behind the pupil is like the dodo. And by that I mean if we take this, we'll just do, why am I drawing an erase? That's crazy. What am I doing? What is happening? Okay, we're gonna go ahead and... Yeah, I managed to... That's crazy. I didn't know you could even do that. Where you can choose the color being transparent, and you can draw with transparent. Who would have thought? Okay. I should have done the light one first. That's alright. I keep on thinking in layers, but I'm not using layers at the moment. And then we'll switch to green. Got some dodo-ness to it. Try to draw a little bit there. Then let's flip the colors. And then boo. Is there any way for me to flip it? I think there is, and it's just me redrawing. I thought I could make that. I was like, I'm gonna be so smart. No. Then got you. Not terrible. So to kind of also put it a little bit in perspective here, if we look at Mama Dodo, right? This is what her eye looks like. She has the neat little reflection being an important part of her past. Dark pupil, dark outside, and it looks really good. I think this looks really, really good. But okay, this is what we're gonna do. I wouldn't say we're starting from scratch, but because you never really start from scratch. You are starting a fresh run. Another try taking what you've learned from your previous attempt and applying it to the new attempt. It's never really fresh unless you're just forgetful like me. So if we look at this one that I've actually liked before, I like the idea of a tree. Kind of like a willow tree. So we want kind of like this. And then it kind of has a jellyfish feel to it. Not that I mind. Do I not know how to draw a willow tree? Let's look, shall we? Willow tree. No? Cartoon? Okay. And then we, it is crooked. I'm not a huge fan of. Sorry, I thought I heard something. Maybe it's my neighbor. Got that. And then this one is like the highlights, right? Something that I want to try with the, instead of just a thick trunk like that, what if it was like crooked? take these. Then we go to the pupil. Well, one, he's kind of looking that way. The eyes are wrong. So what we learned is that asymmetrical don't really work well. You want symmetrical here. I could do the same route with kind of like a simplistic pine tree symbol, you know what I mean? I don't know if people like the idea of a dodo in the middle. Cool. It's a bit much, not gonna lie. Okay. Start over. I think yeah, symmetrical might be the way to go about it. Let's see, can I move it? Nope. Can I really not? Gotcha. Go to ruler. I could just do like this. Let's see what happens. Okay, so the new, it aligns with the new line, which is good. That means you can only do it once, and I can keep on adding different symmetrical points, and it won't utilize the old one. Good. So I believe it was something like... Then this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna... First we're gonna undo that. Then we're gonna undo this ruler. We're gonna fill this in. It's too much to the right. Anyway. I'll redo the lashes. And then we'll base color. And we're gonna do a new line here and see how that looks. It needs to be more flat. Like that. Oop. And it's kind of like just a little bit. Oh, let's go ahead and turn this back on. Like a little bit like that. Okay. Turn it off. Might just be a good idea to just do the lashes last in general. Sorry, y'all. I'm still tired. And then we're gonna take highlights. A little higher up. Too thick on the second one. One sec, y'all. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. I just kind of had a moment. Because I'm already feeling resistance again. Kind of like you're just tired and you just want to go take a nap. And I was like, you've only been streaming for like an hour. Like, what's the deal? So I just kind of had a reflective moment where I was like, this is what I want to be doing, you know? Not necessarily streaming in general, but also kinda. You know what I mean? And you kind of have to listen to yourself in those moments where, not necessarily where it's like you should listen to it and then quit everything that you do. By all means, no. But you know have you ever heard of the saying, if you force it, it's probably shit? I don't know. Maybe this is because this eye thing is more taxing than I thought it was. Maybe I'm more tired than I think I am. But I don't know. And I'm trying to think, it's like, well, if I don't want to work on the eye stuff, we can work on other stuff. We can look at the jacket, the legs, Mama Dodo herself, make kind of a more straight version of her, right? Because the PNG one I made is, you know, pretty detailed overall with a lot of moving like bones and parts, and I want a much more simplified version for the actual model. But I don't really want to do any of that. So I was thinking, well, we can treat ourselves, play some games. We can there's a new game Planet Crafter that just came out on 1.0, which I've been eyeing. And that seems like fun, but I don't really want to do that right now either. So, when you are in a situation where it's not even that you want to do something else instead, but you just don't want to do anything. From my experience and my perspective, those are the times we need to rest. It's when your body's saying, we don't want to do anything, and we need you to not do anything. And if it becomes, chronic, then, it might be a health or psychological, mental, emotional issue. But if it's a temporary thing, sometimes you just need rest. And though I kind of I didn't do a Wednesday night stream, and I didn't really do anything yesterday, even this hour is exhausting. But I feel bad, I made a schedule. I feel a responsibility to it. But unfortunately, I kind of lived a life where there was a lot of pressure. If you don't meet the expectations you set for yourself, you're lazy. It's because you just didn't try hard enough. And I understand that that's a very toxic way of seeing life in of itself. Could I force my way through these 4 hours? Probably, but I imagine it's not going to be a good thing to watch, to enjoy, to be, One of the major things about this channel, about the thing that I'm making, is vulnerability and honesty. That you see that I'm struggling with this. Because of course I am. I think most people would be. So when you see people that kind of have it like all together and figured out, they kind of like to, keep it out of the side of the camera, Fake it till you make it. But I've never been that kind of guy. And that's helped me in life in a lot of ways. So, I think I'm gonna stick to my ideals. Haha! And that ideal is of honesty. Of today, I'm just not feeling it. But I showed up. And that's saying a lot. And that's also maybe a lot of copium. And as I said, I don't really have any plans for this weekend. So maybe it's a good time to... Because I've essentially been... After I quit my job, I haven't really rested. Or I haven't been working on stuff to some degree. Like, I've been trying to pace myself well, but maybe not as well as I thought. Because I very much am tired. But that was back in February, and it's April. Like, beginning of February is when I started all this, and then I started streaming in mid-March. I don't know. But I feel like if I force it, it would be against what it is I'm trying to say and do, which is to be honest with y'all. And to be completely transparent, it is also just me right now in here, which kind of, that's demotivating, when you don't have a lot of people. I mean, I have my friends, don't get me wrong. But it takes a lot to power through that. So I think what I'm gonna do is, unfortunately, have a very short stream today. And if I feel better by this evening, we'll have a nice, fun time streaming this evening. Dead Space or, I believe it will be Dead Space. And take it from there. Let's make sure that this is... Yeah. I kind of need to remind myself that it's only been a month since I've started. Been trying to do this rather consistently, and I mean, I've missed a couple of days here and there. I missed a straight week because people were over, and I do plan on having the Sunday stream where we can kind of go over everything. But we'll see. And maybe tomorrow I'll feel better too. Maybe I'll surprise y'all with the stream. And a lot of the updates that I'll do is through Discord at the moment, and I'll be sure to try to be a little bit, you know, trying to grow it, because at this point it isn't even just maintaining, it's growing. It's taking on new avenues and growing that and maintaining that, and then once I get accustomed to that, I continue to do so. And maybe I haven't paced myself right, but I already knew I have a pacing issue. It's one of the reasons why I tend to burn out so easily. So I think this is going to be a short one. I think I'm going to try to take this as a lesson to pace myself a little better, and or adjust my schedule so that it is maintainable. Because I think I only have like a couple months before I'll have to probably juggle this in a full-time gig. You know? As people say, you often do not find a way to make a living and feel fulfilled in the same location. Though I feel that that is possible. And I think this place, this stream, this way of communicating, I want to use this as a way to communicate with my community. The people that enjoy the things I do, that support me in what I do. In one way, shape, or form. Regardless of what kind of branch a person has known me from. Whether that be personally in real life, or through projects that I'm going to be working on, or the funny clips or streams that I do. This is the place where I can communicate, that I can talk. There's a back and forth, there's a feedback, there's a sense of that there's a relationship there, at least somewhat. But I think maybe I just need to love myself today. Maybe I haven't fully recovered from yesterday, from the hay fever that just struck me down super hard. And I just put on some 8-Bit Ryan videos or some horror YouTube stuff and figure out my Rocco the Street Chef Magic the Gathering Commander deck. I mean, even all that wouldn't be resting, really, would it? That would just be more or less doing, but I'll be sure to try to rest as well. Well, thank you for everyone who stopped by. I apologize for not going the whole mile, but I will do what I can so that I will be better. With that being said, have a good one. Take care, and see you Sunday.